bobbing along in our barrels. Some of us tip right over the edge. But there's one thing really mystifying. Got me laughing now, it's got me crying. All my life will be death-defying till I know. I wonder why the wonderfall. I wonder why the wonderfall's on me. I wonder why the wonderfall. With everything I touch and see.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 1 of our limited run podcast, Bobbin Along, where we discuss the hardly seen 2004 masterpiece Wonderfalls. Thank you so much for joining us. On today's show, we have a few special guests. First of all, my co-host from Gerardcast, Jewel Rocket Rose is here. Hey, Jewel.
Hey, girl, hey.
Hey, girl, hey. We also have a regular guest on Gerardcast and a good friend of mine, Will Van Sittert, is here. Hey, Will.
Hey, I'm glad to be on this one.
And another returning guest from our Gerardcast, we have Mars Katz is here. Hey, Queen.
I want to do all the things with you always.
So a lot of you will realize that this is weirdly like more advanced than how we've been in the past. I've been spending the last week building this sort of interface so that we have a little more interactivity. We can put comments up on the screen like Ashley Davis giving us a little smiley love face. Hi, Ash.
Oh my God, Brandon, this is so high tech.
This is way more high tech than
This
what
is
we're
what
used to.
happens when we have Patreon subscribers.
Exactly. Exactly.
How do we talk to people? How do we type to people? Can we type to people? No.
I will put comments up on the screen when they're relevant, and we can just talk to people on the stream.
I mean,
We'll
if they're
just-
lucky enough to get a response. But
Oh,
Exactly.
snap.
Walk.
Exactly.
gotta keep it moving.
Ashley thinks this is fabulous, and she is correct. So anyway, so we're going to be talking about Wonderfalls, and this is a show that not very many people saw. So
No.
So a little background about Wonderfalls. It was an American production filmed in Niagara Falls, Ontario, and Toronto stood in for Niagara Falls, New York. There were a lot of Canadian actors and Canadian crew involved, obviously, including Caroline DeVerness, who plays the lead role of Jay. Caroline was later on Hannibal. She was on a show called Off the Map about Doctors Without Borders that ran for like one season. And she is currently was recently on a show called Mary Kills People that I also loved about assisted suicide doctors in Canada. So
The Canadians get deep, man. Like
they
they
get
go
real
for
fucking
it.
deep.
I want to
It's-
see that pitch meeting.
right. Well,
You guys
Canada has these
listen.
like.
It's like, it's murder, it's mystery, but we're helping people.
Exactly. And Canada has like crazy laws about about a certain amount of productions that are showed in Canada have to be filmed in Canada. It's like as kooky, like Canadian movie theaters are the same. Like 30% of Canadian movie theaters have to be showing, like 30% of the screens have to be Canadian movies.
Well,
which
you
is
know
super
what
weird.
started that? Degrassi. I felt like Degrassi made it an institution.
Well, and they're like-
Everyone has to be on Degrassi if you want to be a Canadian actor. That's number one.
I
talk
too
to-
enjoy
Or an
making-
American rapper, you know.
Right.
Hey, if
Consider
you want to
it.
be famous, you have to be on Degrassi.
Name one other famous person from Degrassi.
Jake Epstein, Nina Dobrev,
One more.
Drake, Lauren Collins. I mean, I could go on.
Will,
That might just be you. I'm sorry.
Oh.
now Will has seen Wonderfalls before, so this
Yeah.
is not Will's first time watching it. Will and I actually kind of bonded pretty early in our discussions over how much we love this show. This is the only show that I love more than Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which I didn't think was possible. But
Why?
Okay, I'll give it this. It does take a little bit to get into, and which is what's sad about the show because it canceled after 4 episodes, and
Yes.
you really need a little
Is it?
bit more to get really into it. Because Brian Fuller is all about character development, and he pushes it throughout the series, not just in an episode. And I feel like it killed it because of that. One episode
Yeah.
is not enough by any means.
And you mentioned Brian Fuller. So Brian Fuller, the creator of this show, also created Dead Like Me, Pushing Daisies, Hannibal, Mockingbird Lane, I'm forgetting one. Dead Like Me, Pushing Hannibal. Somebody in the comments will remind us what else he created. He also directed this weird remake of Carrie, where Carrie lives at the end and moves to Florida. It was going to be like
As
a TV
she
series.
does. I feel like Carrie moving to Florida makes absolute sense.
Just to clarify, Jamie asked, Wonderfalls only has 4 episodes. No.
No,
So
there's a season, Jamie, that I am being subjected to.
13.
Only 4 episodes aired. They filmed 12 or 13. I think 12. Only 4 aired. The rest all came out on DVD releases later. And this was like right after Firefly. So it was right after like shows that got canceled were able to have this sort of like second following in the world of DVD sales. Like DVDs changed everything for canceled shows.
Somebody worked on Firefly from that crew. There was a crossover.
For
Like a
what crew?
writer. For Wonderfalls and Firefly.
I think Tim Minear. So Tim Minear was the head writer of Wonderfalls. He also wrote a whole bunch of episodes of Buffy and Angel. And he's kind of the reason I watched the show when it aired, because I was like, oh my God, Tim, like Buffy writers are doing other stuff. And it was, a different time when you didn't there weren't very many TV options. You just had to watch whatever was airing when it was airing.
Yeah.
So I ended up doing that. So Wonderfalls is this sort of bizarre story about a girl named Jay Tyler. She works at a gift shop in Niagara Falls. She is passed over for promotion by a kid who's still in high school. Like, she has a degree in philosophy from Brown, but of course it's a useless degree. And I think
it's wonderful.
At least 2 of us can relate to having
Oh my God.
relatively.
You remember like Avenue Q? What do you do with like a BA in English?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I don't know.
So she's sort of like listless. She doesn't really have any aspirations or plans. She lives in a trailer park. One day she flips a coin at the Maid of the Mist statue. It bounces back off of the statue, hits her in the head, and she becomes she
clairvoyant
ish. It's sort of a Joan of Arc thing,
What?
like
What?
the
I'm so whoa.
What?
What happened to Joan?
so the right. Anything in the shop that has an animal face has the potential to start talking to her, or anything she encounters in the world that has an animal face, not real animals and not people faces, just any inanimate object with an animal face will start talking to her and telling her to do things.
So yeah.
How did this happen to Joan?
How is
Joan of Arc related? I'm sorry.
Because she's hearing voices that are telling her to do things that help people.
Is that what happened with Joan of Arc? I thought she was lit on fire.
I watched episode 3. She like rides.
No, we can't. No
and free
spoilers.
France.
No
Hold
spoilers.
on, she's gonna free France like any episode.
Oh, she's freeing France. Good.
Yes.
I mean, at least then it brings the whole Joan circle. Is she gonna get lit on fire?
No.
And I have to, figure that out because apparently only 4 episodes aired.
I know. I was gonna say, Mara, she's got to get lit early.
She's not getting lit.
I'm so sure a lot of people were lit.
And the 4 episodes were aired out of order.
Animal heads.
And Will is correct. The 4 episodes were aired out of order. So like they
What?
Firefly.
Well, like Firefly was the same way.
Yeah.
Firefly, there
What
was
What
this whole
channel did this air on?
Fox, and so did Firefly.
Oh,
Wait, was the first episode
Okay.
at least?
The first episode was the first episode, but the second episode was the 4th episode. The 3rd episode was the 2nd episode, and the 4th episode was the 3rd episode.
Yeah, they messed it all up.
Okay, very Fox. Okay, understood. I see where we are now. Okay, I'll give it a couple more shows.
Also, it aired in the Friday night death slot.
Yes.
Yeah, no one watches Fox on Friday night because I TGIF, man.
Well, no,
Exactly.
because Fox thought they could hit a Friday audience because they had that niche with X-Files. That X-Files was successful on a Friday night. So they thought any weird show will work on a Friday, which is not the case. X-Files was completely special.
And when Wonderfalls aired, it got amazing critical reviews, fantastic critical reviews.
9 out of 10, right? And
Yes.
I did research too. I'm sorry.
Yeah, 9 out of 10.
Hold on, I'm gonna steal your thunder.
It has a 94% on
8.4 from audience.
a 94% on Metacritic. Naomi's asking if it's in the correct order on YouTube. Yes, on the YouTube channel, it is in the correct order. They've been reordered by the date they were supposed to air instead of the how they aired.
When they released it on DVD, they fixed it all, and then that's what YouTube stole from. So
correct.
You guys,
Which,
I'm really
thank
proud
Christ
of
for that, because
myself.
it does not stream anywhere else.
I'm real proud of myself because I figured out how to stream it on my actual TV and not on my phone.
Someone found the little button of the screen and the little lines on it.
Oh, no. I just searched for it on the YouTube on my TV.
Oh, I thought you cast from your phone to your TV.
Brandon, let's not
No.
pretend I know technology.
We are so impressed. We are so impressed.
Thank you.
We are
Thank
super
you, Mars.
impressed.
Thank you. I needed a little, you know, what am I looking for? I need a little gravitas. Thank you.
Correct.
I need to be lauded.
So they aired the pilot episode. They aired the episode on the pilot episode on a Friday, but they reran it on the following Thursday, and it had 4 times as many viewers when it re-aired on Thursday than it did on its original airing on Friday. Because of course it did.
It's Thursday.
Yes. There was, and then
they didn't know about Thirsty Thursdays then, did they?
Exactly.
I see.
So the show was canceled, but they had a loyal fan base of weirdos like me that watched the show that nobody else watched. There was a campaign that was launched to bring the show back. That campaign ended up getting the DVDs released because, again, this is just not a thing that really happened back then. Like, shows that were canceled didn't get DVD releases, you know? And they have Firefly is honestly has a lot, or I would say Wonderfalls owes a lot of credit to Firefly for being that first like fan reaction of like bring the show back, you know?
What about Freaks and Geeks?
Freaks and Geeks was never brought back.
They wanted it to be brought back.
Yeah.
Fans did, and My So-Called Life.
And Arrested Development.
And Arrested Development.
Oh my God, one just got that. Veronica Mars? No, is that what it is?
Well, yeah, Veronica Mars has had like 4 reboots.
They had a movie.
Yeah. Well, they're back on Hulu. Same cast.
Yeah.
I have never watched the Veronica Mars.
I love Veronica Mars. In fact, it's one of the shows that we might do a podcast about. In fact, I kind of want to talk about that real quick.
A lot of seasons.
So
okay.
The question is like, why are we doing a podcast about Wonderfalls? And the reason, my reasoning is because Gurarcast has been weirdly super successful. I don't. we haven't made a ton of money on it, or really any, but we have a lot of viewers, and we get this. We have this like fun outlet for us to do every week, which I really love, and I know Joel loves it, even though sometimes she acts like she hates it.
That's just my shtick, you guys. I can't be happy all the time,
right? And so my thought was like, what are some other shows that have cult followings that we could do limited run podcasts about, where we just cover the whole series, we talk about it, we do interviews, we do this sort of thing, and Wonderfalls is the first thing that popped into my head because I fucking love this show.
Okay.
So here we are. And Naomi also says that she says we all love it. So there you
do
go.
we? I've watched one episode.
I believe she's talking about Gurarcast.
Oh, okay. Right. Sorry. Right. We're not about the falls yet. Okay. We haven't taken the fall for the falls yet.
So the producers of the show.
There's gonna be a lot of that, isn't there?
But I'm fun.
The producers of the show tried to get other networks to pick it up. They went to the WB. They had a really successful pitch, but they ultimately turned it down. They aired the show in movie theaters in Los Angeles, free screenings in movie theaters in 2004. In 2004.
Where was I?
Like 12.
No. 16.
Okay, excuse me. And this show was kind of this show that whole like TV season, the 2003-2004 season, also saw the release of Joan of Arcadia, True Calling on Fox. Obviously Buffy was coming off, like Buffy had just been canceled, so like they were trying to find this new like supernatural like girl thing, and this was their reaction, was just like, let's just like do this crazy like thing. And it is similar. Todd Holland is one of the other creators of the show, and Todd Holland also did like 27 episodes of Twin Peaks. He did Malcolm in the Middle, and he did is it the Larry Sanders Show? I think the Larry Sanders Show as well. So the TV like bona fides in this were really interesting. I do want to talk a little bit about the characters before we talk about the individual episode. We've talked about Jay already, who is perhaps the biggest narcissist in the world. And then she gets this like supernatural calling, and she realizes that she's going to have to help people whether she wants to or not. And
because the little lion fucked up thing told her.
And the monkey.
Eventually, yeah.
Wasn't
And
it a bear?
The bear.
No, the bear's at the very end.
Is it
The bear's at the end. The monkey's in the therapist office.
Yes,
Yeah.
that she steals.
She steals the monkey.
steals
Did you
the
watch the episode, Julie?
I did. I just missed that.
Because the monkey talks to her
How
like
would I know
twice.
about the bear if I didn't watch it?
I mean, let me tell you, it's kind of like how I read books in school. You read the beginning and the end.
And just fill in the gaps in the middle, and then you take a book it test, and if you get them all right, you get a free pizza from Pizza Hut.
I never got the free pizza.
Jewel, you grew up around LA, right?
Mm-hmm.
So did you go to the LA Zoo as a child?
No.
You missed out. So they have a thing called the Moldorama, which you go in there and you get these little wax figures. That lion is based off of that LA Zoo wax figure. That's where it came from. It's from the LA Zoo.
I don't know
That's
why
cool.
we didn't do like the zoo or anything. I should ask my parents what was that about. We didn't do
So
the
that's-
zoo.
There's actually at the Pinball Hall of Fame in Vegas. There's one of those wax mold machines as well, and it makes Pinocchios, and they all look like they came out of Chernobyl. Like they all like.
I thought you were about to say there's a Wonderfalls pinball machine.
No,
Now
that would be
that-
That
incredible.
would be cool.
I'm gonna go to the LA Zoo now and get a wax figure now on purpose. Do they still have it?
I don't know if they still make the Moldoramas, but that's where they were always, was in the
Yeah.
LA Zoo.
I mean, that's my friend Caroline. She takes her kids there all the time.
We used to
I
get the
love-
gorilla and the koala all the time.
That scene where the wax is pouring into the mold and it's like pushing the line together and pushing it through the machine. I thought that was so well shot. I thought that was so like cool.
So many amazing shots.
Yes.
I love
This-
that kind
I mean,
of
if
shit,
we're
though.
gonna go shot by like our favorite shots, like we should do that.
I feel like I love a gumball machine or one of those like machines that are at the grocery store where you put it in and get like a sticky hand, or you get like a temporary tattoo or a sticker that says like "You go, girl." Love that shit.
Hey,
I
Amy.
feel like I would be that person that would get this stupid figure wax thing, and then I'd be the woman to be like, "No, I want my money back, and I want a refund, and I want my coupon." I related to her.
The next character I want to talk about is Jay's Jay's waitress friend Mahandra that works at the restaurant.
That's a
played-
different name.
Then what?
Mahandra.
Mahandra, yes.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
don't worry, we'll be calling her Janet soon.
Really?
What?
Well, you'll see in the next episode.
What?
So Mahandra is like Jay's sort of like sassy, cool friend who works at the restaurant, who was her friend growing up, played by Tracy Toms, who I fucking love.
She's
Tracy
cool.
Tom- Yeah,
she was in Rent.
She was in the Rent movie.
Oh,
Yeah, she was Joanne in the Rent movie. She
Yeah.
was
Take
in
me,
Death Proof.
baby. No.
She was in Death Proof, the Tarantino film. She was in Devil Wears Prada. She was Anne Hathaway's friend in Devil Wears Prada.
Yes, she was, and she gets the Bang & Olufsen phone and the Mason Pearson hairbrush.
Yep. She
And
is.
the Marc Jacobs bag, the limited edition.
She's honestly like super incredible. Had a super impressive career. Is still doing her thing, and is possibly coming on as a guest on one of our future episodes.
Her voice is banging. Her
She's
voice
got a
is
killer
so
voice.
good.
She's really amazing. So
I'm gonna sing for her when she's here.
let's
wait, her
talk
voice
about.
is amazing, so you're gonna sing for her?
Yeah,
Of course.
Mars.
All right, I mean,
Um,
bring it.
What doesn't equate to you, Mars? Of course, I'm singing.
The next character I want to talk about is Sharon. So Sharon is Jay's like lesbian lawyer sister. She's a
But
lesbian.
we don't know she's a lesbian until the end.
Correct.
Yeah,
We
that's
find-
Lesbianist.
Well, and
we
you can't-
find out later.
You can't introduce the family without going into the fact it's Darren, Karen, Sharon, and Aaron.
and Jay.
And then Jay.
Yeah.
What is Jay's real name?
Jay.
Jaren.
Jay.
Just Jay.
She's the only one that doesn't have that Ren sound at the end, which is like really smart writing because it's like she's clearly does not fit in with the rest of her family. Her brother, played by Lee Pace, Aaron, lives at home. I love Lee Pace so much.
It was supposed to be Adam
sometimes
Scott at first.
Computer show.
He was in Halt and Catch Fire.
So good.
Yeah, and he was the lead in Pushing Daisies. He was in the Hobbit movies.
He's Ronan in Guardians of the Galaxy.
He's Ronan in Guardians of the Galaxy, and he was in Angels in America on Broadway with
I
Nathan
think
Lane.
he was between like a Microsoft Mac movie, and he was either Jobs or
Probably.
Nope. Yeah.
Probably.
He was in When in Rome.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Ah,
Jamie points out that her sisters are Jamie, Amy, and Mimi, but she's the outcast. And
Jamie, I don't know I can't. I love that.
So her brother is played by Lee Pace, Aaron, and he is a comparative religion student and lives at home and is somehow considered more successful than our lead character Jay is. Sharon is again the lesbian Republican sister, who is a lawyer. We have
I
Darren.
thought you said she's a whore at first because it cut off for you, and I was like, "Will, way to go!"
She's not a whore. She does get a girlfriend in this episode, though.
Yes, she does.
Which is great. And we have Darren and Karen. So
I like how everyone who meets, you're like, just exactly what you said. She got a girlfriend, and then like the other guy got a girlfriend. Like maybe they just like fucked once.
No, I don't think so. I feel like she's
everybody
an
like really no, I know, but like everyone's like you meet someone and like nope, that's it, magic, love it.
I feel like that's not necessarily like I don't want to categorize all lesbians into one category, but a lot of people who I know, usually there is a relationship formed rather, or has been formed rather quickly in my experience.
Right. Well, you know that joke, what does a lesbian bring to a second date?
A U-Haul.
And I think that's pretty accurate.
I think because women find people that they attach themselves to. Like you become a community family.
Yeah, we're either best friends or we're not.
Right.
Yeah, 100%. It's either we're in or we're not. Where like dudes are like whatever, like stick it in. It's fine.
So
wait, we're talking about dudes. All right.
What are we talking about?
I don't know. It's getting
Not
interesting.
Wonderfall.
Hold on.
It's not Wonderfall, guys.
No.
So her parents are played by Diana Scarwood and William Sadler. Diana Scarwood was Christina Crawford in Mommy Dearest.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, she was.
And
no wire hangers.
yes. And she also got an Oscar nominee for the 1980 movie Inside Moves. And she was nominated for an Emmy for the TV movie Truman, about Harry S. Truman. She is my favorite character in the whole show. She makes me laugh so much. Yes.
Oh,
I love her. Yeah, we're going to get way more of her. I love her.
I love Mommy Dearest.
I also love Mommy Dearest. And then William Sadler, who plays Darren, has been in every movie ever made. He's in Shawshank Redemption. He's in True Love.
I feel about the Shawshank.
He was in Roswell.
I don't know how you feel about this.
I love Shawshank Redemption. I think it could be one of my top 5 most favorite movies ever.
He's the asshole prisoner.
The rapist?
Is he a rapist?
What? What is this man's name?
William Sadler.
No, Shawshank, like that gang that's after him, and
the sisters.
This guy.
Yeah, isn't that the guy?
No, he's not one of the sisters. His name is not Red. It's like something. Oh God, hold on. Give me a second. Let me just.
He's Haywood.
Again, Jewel.
Haywood.
I'm still impressed.
He's Haywood, and he's a friend. Like they fuck with him sometimes, but he's not one of the sisters. One of the sisters are the 3 that like try to rape Andy Dufresne. Actually, I saw Andy Dufresne at the top of COVID. We were at the market together.
Actually, he went to my high school and would come in and then write us all late passes.
Tim Robbins?
Yeah, drop it.
I love that. Tim Robbins is a local
so my
here.
high school has an annual competition between grades for like acting and musicals. It's really lame. And seniors always win. That was the one year seniors didn't win because their cast got so drunk they got disqualified.
That's so much better than my story about Andy Dufresne and I looking at the pasta shelves that are empty.
He's also the Grim Reaper in Bill and Ted.
Yep.
Andy Dufresne?
No, William Sadler.
William Sadler, the dad.
Right.
He was
back
also
to the point of this. Got it. Okay.
He was also the sheriff on Roswell. Did you watch Roswell?
Yeah, of course.
No.
I'm surprised you didn't watch Roswell.
Jewel, that is up your alley 100%.
I don't do aliens well.
But it's teen drama. That's all it is.
I do love teen drama.
That's all it is with an alien twist, but it's teen drama.
Alien twist.
He also plays the president in Iron Man 3, apparently.
Who saw Iron Man 3?
Exactly. Will did. That's who.
I haven't even seen the first Iron Man. I'm behind.
So we covered all the characters.
Seriously.
I do want to say Will briefly mentioned this earlier, but the original pilot of the show had two different actors playing Mahendra and her brother and Jay's brother Aaron, and they were Adam Scott playing Aaron. Who went on to do amazing things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good
Carrie-
in it or no?
I think he would have been terrible for what it's written as, but he's an amazing actor. I love
the
him.
original pilot is on YouTube, so if you feel so inclined, you can see them in the roles. And Kerry Washington, Jules' favorite actress, as Mahendra.
I don't know why I dislike Kerry Washington.
Like, they really missed out.
They really like had an A-list cast, but I mean Lee Pace and Tracy Toms are both great. Like it's hard to, especially watching that the original pilot episode because it's all the same dialogue. Like Kerry Washington is not good.
I mean,
I don't think she's that great of an actress.
She's really not.
I don't think she's like, I know it's just my personal opinion. And there's some actors that like people just don't vibe with. Like there's actors and actresses where I'm like, nope, that person's in it. I can't see that movie. I'm over it.
Right.
But Kerry Washington is like, I just don't get the allure. I don't get the fascination. I don't get the stardom. I thought the first season of Scandal was good. I thought the rest of it was like, it's happened before.
But that's just writing. Yeah, I gave up after the first season too.
But she can't carry that show. I don't know. That's my personal opinion on Kerry Washington.
So this episode,
I just hope this doesn't go wide because if I have to book her on something, she's never going to book with me again.
Yes, that will be exactly this episode.
So outside of the initial like impetus for why the voices are talking to her. What's that?
Impetus?
Did I drop or did someone drop?
I didn't drop. You
Impetus.
do.
Impetus.
You said impetus, and I said impetus. And you said impetus.
I meant impetus. Well, I'm impotent.
Not
so
impotent.
What can you do?
Not
No,
impotent.
that's a whole different thing.
Impetus. What is it?
Do you say impotence now? Because it sounded like
It's about
impotence.
tits.
I said impetus.
So we see. I love Mars suggested that we talk about our favorite shots in this episode. I love the opening bit with the Native American sacrifice thing and the kid correcting her
on the lamp and everything.
on the lamp. Yeah, I love that, and it's good CGI. It's quirky, but not like fairy tale ish like Pushing Daisies was. Yeah, I love that setup and explaining the Maid of the Mist thing, even though it's clearly just junk for tourists. I actually went to, literally in the last week, I've been to Mount Rushmore and the Crazy Horse Memorial in South Dakota, and both of them are like, oh, there's so much bullshit here. There's so much like tourist bullshit that goes into these like. I mean, I went to Crazy Horse and Mount Rushmore in South Dakota.
You guys, I went to Gettysburg College for the beginning of my college career. I understand what you mean when there's nothing else there and they have bullshit for tourists. You know what our tourist attraction was? A fucking field.
Oh yeah, the field.
It's a battlefield where nothing happens except the wind blows on the grass.
Right.
That's it. That's all you got. That's all there is to see. That's all there is to see.
And people will come in droves to see it.
I don't get it. They drive through and they're like, this is where it happened. What?
Yeah.
What?
One of them asked them, what did happen? Can you tell me like one tactic that was executed? What makes this awesome?
I don't get it.
Right.
We had a fake Lincoln give the Gettysburg Address.
So in this episode, we see this woman comes in and complains that her wax lion has a smudgy face, and she wants a refund. And then she bitches that she's staying at this hotel and she was supposed to get a discount, but she didn't present the discount beforehand. And of course, Jay is exactly like all four of us would be if we worked retail, where we're just like, oh,
No, I would have given her the money back.
Would you?
I would, yeah. Because I would have done the same thing that lady did.
I would actually have I would prefer the jacked up lion. Like I would prefer it. It means more if it's got a defect.
I mean,
I don't
the coupon thing,
the
not
coupon
lion.
thing, not the lion. Fuck the lion. The lion is a winner because his face is fucked up. But listen, the coupon part, I would have been like, girl, I want my coupon money.
So you would have
Yeah, you
gone
gotta respect
back to
that.
the store just to get a coupon, just to get that $3 back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
That's who. It's just who I am. I also hate
I'll go
paying for
back to Dunkin'
parking.
Donuts if I noticed as I walked out they had a banner that I didn't mention.
100%, Mars. Yes.
Right on.
I won't. I don't pay for parking. It pisses me off.
I'm never going anywhere with either of you. I just want you to know that.
It's fine. I am that bitch. I
The
will send
benefits
food
that
back.
you're missing out on. You know,
I
with
know.
30 cents you'd be safe.
So anyway, the woman leaves the store. Her purse gets stolen.
Because the lion tells her don't.
Give her the money, and she did, and so he takes the purse.
Exactly. He takes the purse while she's putting the money into the purse, and then she drops the. My sequence of events is off because I watched it like 3 days ago. Now I forgot. When does the lion say, "See a penny, pick it up"?
Right.
I don't know.
That.
Right after that. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
she
now
chases this. She chases the guy. Oh! There's the sandwich. The guy, the food delivery guy with the sandwich.
Yeah.
Or he's on a bike.
He's on a
And
bike.
And
And
she
she
chases
throws.
him.
She
That's
throws
right.
the quarter.
Yeah.
And it
She's like,
goes,
"This is yours." Yes. And it goes, and then he throws the bag in the trash can. She looks in the trash can, and that bitch's purse is in the trash can.
Yeah.
So she goes to the hotel to deliver the purse to the woman. The woman is like, "You stole my purse. You and your friends ran this con. I saw a special on Dateline about it or whatever." And then she
The woman hits her, and then you know what? Bets are off.
My knuckles are
Yeah,
sore from
seriously.
knocking on doors. Yeah.
Okay, when we see them afterwards, it's clear who won, right?
Oh yeah, she's got a black eye,
Yeah.
that old lady.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, she beat her
The
ass.
poor little girl's like, thanks
Yeah.
for finding my mommy's purse.
Yeah, thanks
And
for
then, like,
saving
by the
my
way, there's a
mom's
kid
purse.
in the room the whole time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. If you've
He's
ever
like,
been
I
to
know
Niagara
my
Falls,
mom's a twat too.
if you've ever
Yeah,
been to
that
Niagara
does
Falls,
sound, yeah.
this is accurate. This is an accurate representation of things that happen every day in Niagara Falls.
Sadness and violence.
Sorry, I've never been
Nice.
to the falls.
You're missing exactly nothing.
I'm not a big fan of like rushing
A lot of water
water.
is good.
The water's pretty.
What
Everything
was
else in Niagara
Everything
Falls
else
is
is-
awful.
Apparently, you need to be on the Ontario side because that's where it looks nice, according to the show.
Fair.
what is
Fair.
the barrel about?
Oh.
The bear. Oh, go ahead, Mars.
So,
No, go ahead.
No, I think the first person who did it was, I'm going to go in the 1910s. Anyways, so in the 1910s, and it was actually, I think, it was a dude who I think lost a bet or something, or was trying to like win a bet. And so he went down in a barrel. The first one didn't make it, but then somehow people were like, oh, that's a great idea. Let's keep doing that. Right? Am I on this correctly?
Yes.
The first guy didn't make it. And then as far as like record books,
People would
some
people
really
would get
old lady
into
who made it.
yeah
really
people
old
would get into like one wooden like whiskey barrels and go over the falls to like show that they were. It was a different time.
So
In
this was like
1901
People still do this.
In 1901, a 63-year-old school teacher named Annie Taylor was the first one to ever plunge down and make it in a
The
barrel.
woman was first. Nice. Did she make it?
Yes,
Yeah.
that was one. She was the first one to make it.
All right, I'm glad
so
you
this
looked it up.
was like
I'm gonna
Jackass
my pessimism is,
before
like, gone
Johnny
now.
Knoxville.
It was Jackass before Johnny Knoxville. Exactly.
This is where Johnny Knoxville got his ideas in action.
And then
park.
the men took it from us. This is how it goes.
Oh, he totally stole that idea from Action Park and from this Annie chick.
The sort of B plot of this episode, or maybe it's the A plot, I don't know, is the UPS delivery guy, EPS in this show.
Yes.
The EPS delivery guy, she's supposed to ask, the lion says to ask where his ring is. So she asks him where the ring is. He's like, I'm getting divorced, whatever.
It's
then
so intrusive.
But the best
It's
thing
super
is,
interesting.
it
But it's
shows
very
how
neat. She's
bad
like, no, but
she-
where is the ring? It's more like,
Yeah.
I need to like go get it at the pawn shop right now.
But
Right.
it shows just how bad her character really is because he even says, we talked about this before I got divorced. And she's like, I don't remember any of this stuff. And she keeps pushing him after her. So
Right.
he obviously
He
mentioned
did.
J-Lo before, and she just does not care about anybody.
No,
Right.
she is totally self-involved and totally obsessed with her. I mean, I understand this character a little too well.
So why did you love this show, Jewel? It's the Jewel show.
I think it maybe hit a little close to home. Well,
That's what I mean. Is like,
I think it hit a little too close to home during the
That's
COVID.
how I feel. That's how I feel about this show. Absolutely, is I am Jay Tyler. I don't want to be, but I just am. It's just how it is.
It just did.
You know what it is for me? It's like I look at it and I'm like, shit, am I surrounded by Jay Tylers? Is this my life?
Obviously,
Like, yeah, look at that.
right here.
So-
Where are you? That way. That way.
So Jay sets up the UPS guy with her sister, not knowing that her sister's a lesbian.
Because she isn't out yet. She's
Right.
still in the closet.
They go out to dinner, the UPS guy and Jay's sister. Jay lies and says that she's going to be there and it's an emergency and wears something slimming, which I thought was very funny.
The lion in the flowers.
Yeah, she hid the line.
Look, I did it. I made a match. I did it.
Well, like, hold on. When she said wear something slimming, was that before or after she insinuates that the sister has an eating disorder? Because then I thought that was like so backhanded because I think we knew she has an eating disorder and she goes like, what do I wear? Something slimming.
After.
After, okay, because I was like, I couldn't remember and I'm like, well, that was bitch.
And then the sister goes on a date with the guy. The guy is like, oh, you don't like me. Let me guess. It's not me. It's you, whatever. And she's like, no. I am a lesbian.
Yeah.
I don't like you because your genitals are on the outside.
Well, he's like, what is it about me? What is it? And she was
Yeah.
like, it's not you. It's the fact
Right.
that you're a dude.
He has an allergic reaction to
Peanuts. And he has a
That-
goiter.
And he has a goiter, and she gives him a tracheotomy with a felt tip.
Okay.
You know about peanut allergies? Actually, like, meant to look it up. Like, is that what it is?
No.
Probably
Oh.
not.
You go into anaphylaxis and there's no goiter.
Yeah, what is a goiter thing? Okay.
A goiter is like a lump on your.
Yeah, but like from peanuts, I meant. Like,
No, that doesn't happen.
No.
Will,
You
you're a teacher. You know these things.
Yeah, no, you need to get the EpiPen.
Yep.
Yeah.
pen.
Has anyone been EpiPenned in this group?
Oh my god! Actually,
Yes,
my
I have.
friend came over,
I
and
have
I
one right
didn't
there.
need it, but like, we like, we wanted to see what it feels like without the medicine, just how sharp it is. So that's like the same.
No,
That's a-
Mars.
that's
That's
a
not a
weird
fun
thing to do.
activity.
Yeah.
That's
That's
not a playtime activity.
Yes, it is. It's like, oh, does it hurt? Let's
Well, it's
check.
not
It's
even
like,
that. It's
hey,
not-
this smells really bad. Here,
What
smell
do you
it.
people
It's
do
like,
in
"How's that?"
Vegas?
But you do realize that, like, when you get EpiPen,
hello, it's
you
locked
have to
down.
hold
What
it
are we
for
supposed to
15
do?
seconds.
Yeah, because you have to get the shit
Right.
out of it.
It's
Yeah.
not just a stab and done. You've got to hang in there.
Yeah.
You know what?
Gotta
Okay,
squeeze
next
it.
time.
Naomi pointed out that Jay said, "You call that slimming to that
Yeah,
outfit?"
it was not the best outfit she could have picked.
So they go to the hospital.
Because of the goiter.
Yeah, delivery guy meets a hot nurse who gives him a sponge bath, a very erotic sponge bath,
She does.
and ends up like hooking up with her at the end. And like they come back in the store at the end of the episode. They're in a happy relationship, except
She checks out the girl walking by.
But
and his ex-wife also comes to the hospital and meets Sharon. And they hit it off because his ex-wife left him because she is a lesbian or bisexual or something.
Lesbian.
well,
Let's be honest. She was not satisfied.
For
We-
now, we know she's lesbian.
Or do we? Because
but
there's
it's like all
Yeah.
the men. It's like all the women in his life are like, yeah, he's just terrified.
the one character that we didn't talk about before we go is
The bartender.
is the bartender Eric, who is the cutest person. He is so cute, and he is so
Who goes
sweet.
to Niagara
left until the end.
Falls for a honeymoon?
White trash from Pennsylvania,
Mm.
which is where he's from, or Jersey, or
Jersey.
whatever.
Jersey.
Right.
That's
Where
it.
you
Are we counting
going?
that as a
Down
red
the
flag?
shore or to the falls?
Exactly.
Are we counting that as a red flag against him? Like, girl,
No.
No, it's not his fault. He's trash. Like he's from Jersey. He can't help
Ooh.
it.
Yeah, that's like, you're born into that. It's not like he's from Florida, okay?
Yeah.
So
I genuinely feel like if we're really going to be mean to states, I feel badly being so evil to New Jersey and calling it the armpit of America, because real talk, Florida is America's taint.
So because there's a very limited number of episodes, I don't want to give letter ratings on this like we do on Garage.
I don't think we can. I feel like I need to know.
I don't know.
And these all build off each other too. Like you have to
Exactly.
try to follow them to get what's going on.
I'm
So
just letting
Jewel-
you know, guys, I'm doing this for Will because Will told me, Will, the honorary Girl Gang member, he said this was going to be great.
Oh, Brandon just like texted me maybe like the day before with that. What are you doing? Seriously, you got like a proposal to do the show?
Well,
Like,
Brandon
Brandon, what are
asked
you
me to do it, but Will is the one. Will was like, no, this show is actually really good, because we all know how I feel about Angel right now.
Well, we'll get to that in a moment.
Mm.
So I just would like your final thoughts on what you think of this pilot and where you think the show's going, and what you overall like, what your thoughts were on this show. Let's start with Mars.
I think the show is super cute. And I honestly think the show is more about the writing and the dialogue and the cleverness of the shots than about the plot. I don't know how I feel about the plot. I think it's an excuse to do all the other things.
I'm sorry. What is the plot?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see, but it's like the exposition of the plot was so honestly kind of like straightforward right away, where I'm like, oh, this is it. I mean, let's see where it goes. But in the first episode, the writing's great, just not for the plot. My opinion.
What is the plot?
Well, the plot is
girl has sad, like kind of dead end life, but feels like she's better than everyone and entitled. All of a sudden, drops coin at Maiden of the Mist. All of a sudden, gets weird magic powers, but they make her feel crazy. That I actually really relate to, because she's like, "Am I crazy?" the whole episode.
Yeah.
So,
are you God? Are you Satan?
Yeah.
If
Are you
don't
God?
say
Are you
that,
Satan?
I assume you're Satan. Yeah, there's a lot that's coming up where we dig a little bit more into these powers and the situations that she's in. She grows to accept them and then to reject them, and there's a lot that happens in a very short season, right, Will?
Yeah, a lot.
Are we hashtag acceptance on this again?
We don't need to be.
No.
Okay.
We don't need to be.
Okay.
But I agree with Mars that the plot, I feel, even through the whole season, is not as important as how it's the character development and the relationships that are built throughout the season. That's really what the show's about, is really those characters, more than the plot just kind of holds them together in a way.
Yeah.
So just so anyone watching knows, we're going to be doing interviews with cast and crew from this show, anyone that we can get, basically. And we will be recording those separate from the podcast. And when we record those, they're going to exclusively be on our Patreon. And what a great opportunity to talk about our Patreon.
Plug.
We have a Patreon, patreon.com/GurArdcast. It's $5 a month. You get all of our content from GurArdcast, our Buffy podcast. You also get all of our exclusive content from Bobbin Along, and any future podcasts we have coming out. It's only $5 a month. You can't afford not to join, frankly. GurArdcast is our baby. I mean, right, Jewel? Like, it's our thing that we started.
Our love child.
We had no idea what we were doing. We still pretty much don't, but every week I think it gets a little bit better. So this is available on all podcast sites. Bobbin Along will be available relatively soon on those. I have to get 2 live before I can put them on sites, but anyway, there they are. And we will be back at 3 p.m. on this exact page to talk about the Buffy episode Beer Bad and the Angel episode Room with a View, starring Beth Grant, who is also on a later episode of Wonderfalls. Coming December 1st, Winging It, a West Wing podcast with myself and my friend Apollo Bazell, who is probably in the room behind me somewhere. We'll be talking about every episode of The West Wing, and we will have special guests from the world of politics and from the world of the show The West Wing. And end of show, click to exit. Don't mind if I do. So that's what's going on here. Thank you guys so much. Again, our Patreon is crawling at the bottom of the screen, but it's patreon.com/GurArdcast, GurArghcast. We will be back next Sunday at 1:00 to discuss episode 2, Pink Flamingos, with some new special guests, some different co-hosts, and I'm super excited to continue down this hole on my favorite show ever made, Wonderfalls. So thank you guys so much. Mars, Will, Jewel, thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank you, Brandon.
Always,
And,
thank you for having me.
Thank you, Brandon. And I have to tell you, I think I might request to be back because I enjoyed the first episode.
Excellent. Well, I would love to have you back. I'd love to have any of you back whenever you want to come on. Just let me know.
You always do 10 minutes before.
10 minutes before.
Yeah.
Well, Will
guys,
I know is reliable.
And I threw together this look in like 5 minutes, like 4 minutes, real fast.
I had a real choice between, do I like do something with this or do I shower and can you smell it across from there?
No, you can't. I've learned that in the past. They can't smell you.
So pretty
All right,
nice.
guys. Thank you. How do
we leave this?